Hello everyone, thanks for coming to the slideshow. My name is Jordan Jensen. I'm presenting on alcohol misuse, abuse, and addiction health concerns. I apologize for my screen view. It's the only way I'm going to be able to see the notes I need to read to you. Okay, population description. This population includes people who misuse, abuse, and who are addicted to alcohol. This population experiences the inability to control or stop consuming alcohol despite negative consequences resulting from it. This population is at increased risk for health disparities because they participate in reckless behavior when intoxicated and are at risk for organ damage with continued use or with sudden discontinuation, withdrawal. Alcohol addiction also contributes to mental health disorders and disease. Population size. There's no specific reputable information in my area, which is Carbon County, but statewide, 4.2% of people 18 and older in Utah reported binge drinking in the last 30 days. On average, about 25% of people 18 and older reported binge drinking in the last 30 days. On average, 29% of people 18 and older worldwide reported binge drinking in the last 30 days. All of that's from 2019. I use binge drinking as a base point for the disease because it's a good indicator of abuse. The percentages of Utah are lower than the national average because of the high concentration of LDS church members who are strongly discouraged from consuming alcohol. Okay, contributing factors in the social determinants of health. The two biggest social determinants of health that contribute to this population's continued problem are economic stability or instability and social and community support or lack of support. There are many reasons people drink, and stress relief is a big one, although the relief is temporary. When an alcoholic has stress about making ends meet due to lack of income, he or she is more likely to drink alcohol and more likely to relapse if they have previously achieved sobriety. Helping people gain more stable incomes can relieve stress related to lack of income and bills that have to be paid. Lack of social and community support can make a person feel hopeless, especially in times of distress and need. Hopelessness drives the alcoholic to drink, which leaves them even more hopeless. Increasing social and community support helps to alleviate hopelessness and helps the alcoholic break the addiction. The healthy people goals that hopefully help or resolve these problems are help people earn steady incomes that allow them to meet their health needs and increase social and community support. Okay, the contributing factors and specific concerns for the physical domain: organ damage from long-term use, brain damage from sudden discontinuation, and impaired judgment while driving or unsafe sex practices. The economic domain: losing one's job due to working while intoxicated or while hungover from the night before. Also, the cost of continued alcohol purchases. Psychosocial domain: they're at risk for isolation, depression, and other mental illnesses. Also at risk for multi-substance abuse. Root causes: the root cause of the physical health disparities is alcohol's negative effect on the mind and body. The root cause of the toxic relationship the person has with alcohol is from increased stress, triggers, or a coping mechanism from previous trauma. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The functional level of the alcoholic is difficult to pinpoint because some are able to function more than others. while still abusing the substance. For example, the homeless alcoholic is less functional than the recently retired millionaire alcoholic who is surrounded by loads of spare time and loving family members. Another reason the functional level of the alcoholic is hard to pinpoint is because absence of one or more of these categories in the hierarchy can trigger alcoholism. For example, a person with no friendship, family, or sexual intimacy can resort to alcohol. But alcoholism can also cause the absence or loss of one or more of these categories of function. For example, the family man with a good job losing friendships, family relationships, and employment because of his addiction to alcohol. Generally speaking, if alcoholism goes untreated, it will eventually lead to the person functioning at the bottom level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which are physiological level and safety level. Addiction rewires a person's brain and mind, so the substance will compete with the person's basic needs at the physiological level. This is also a contributing factor to why so many addicts lose weight. Their desire for a particular substance competes with their need for food as well as shelter, etc. The substance is placed at the base of the hierarchy of needs. Okay, communicable diseases or infections. Because alcohol diminishes a person's perception of the future, sexually transmitted diseases are more prevalent among the sexually active alcoholic population. To the sexually active alcoholic, tomorrow doesn't exist for an STD to incubate. Availability of condoms in the heat of the moment and education can reduce the spread of sexually transmitted diseases among this population. Non-communicable diseases or infections. The alcoholic's at risk for liver disease, pancreatic disease, seizures, Wernicke's encephalopathy, hypertension, diabetes, cancer, and a variety of other conditions. Educating the patient and family members on signs and symptoms of these conditions to watch for can improve chances of the patient recovering, especially in acute situations. Self-care / self-harm. Alcohol is a depressant which has potential to make a depressed and suicidal person even more depressed and suicidal. This could drive the person to self-harm or suicide. Along with unsafe sexual practices, the alcoholic is at risk for other reckless practices such as driving while intoxicated. When a person is impaired, there is potential for him or her to deem something unsafe as safe. Prevention. Educating the patient and family on crisis call centers when the patient is suicidal. Also, taking away their car keys until they are sober will hopefully prevent them from driving an automobile. Risk for harm by or to others. When a person is intoxicated, it makes them a vulnerable target to people to take advantage of them. They can be robbed, persuaded into things they don't understand, peer pressured into unsafe activity, or sexually assaulted. Alcohol has potential to make a person violent with increased intoxication. Alcohol contributes to 55% of all domestic abuse occurrences. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it and learned a little bit of something about alcoholics, and we'll see you next time.